I just did my running TT live and got the usual message: your content is sexually suggestive and all sorts of accusations. But really all it is TikTok are just picking up on the fact I've got massive breasts and just accusing me of being sexual with them when I'm not. I'm factual, so they need to learn to tell the difference. So ended it with TikTok and went through onto my Insta, and that's where we had the idea to go live going forward on the Instagram instead, and predominantly focus on that being my main live feed. However, going live on TikTok in the background with no sound, so that they can't hear anything or accuse me of anything, and that if anybody wants to see me, they can then head over to the Instagram and see my live over there. Anyway, today I was telling you a story about why I found being called an old cupboard so funny. I still do, it's just brilliant. What happened was I had this young male and he contacted me on a DM somewhere. I think it might have been Instagram, and he was like, oh, you know, you're gorgeous and that kind of stuff. Thanks very much, blah blah. Oh, I really want to make love to you, blah blah. You know, I get that all the time. So I said, yeah, thank you very much. And would you like to meet? No, I'm not a prostitute, but you know, thanks anyway for asking. Let's move on. I'm trying to move on. Oh, I really want to get to know you. But I said, well, look, you know, there's a time and a place and platform that you can actually get to know me. I've got OnlyFans and Patreon. They actually go hand in hand. So it's, you know, one does one and one does the other. So I was explaining it to him, and he was like, well, I don't want any of that. I want to meet you. I want to shag you. I want to make love to you. Right. Sorry, did you not hear what I said? I'm not a prostitute. And he said, and he got really angry and he started hurling abuse at me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to put up with that. Okay, so I like to let people ramble. I'm not going to block them straight away because I'm really interested in what people say. I love that kind of psychology thing. So I let him ramble on, and he rambled on, oh, you're a fucking bitch, you're a tease, you're this kind of stuff. Like, okay, whatever. I went back the next day and I read, and he was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to say any of that. You know, I had a wank and I released it and I was okay after that, and I didn't mean to have a go at you. I'm like, okay, it's cycle of abuse, right? Cycle of abuse. Bullshit radar's finally tuned, not doing that again. So that was that. I just kind of sent him a smiley emoji, that kind of thing. You know, again, you know where I am. More abuse came forward. Oh, what's you definitely not going to sleep with me then, all that kind of. No, again, third time. So at this point, I'm just like ignoring him now, and he's just shouting out loads of crap. And then he said, I think that you should be grateful that a young male like me, and he specified his ethnicity and he specified his religion, and he said, I think that you should be really, really grateful that a young male like me finds you interesting and is giving you attention because you're an old cupboard. And it was just one of the funniest things. Like, some people might read that and they'll be horrified. Whereas I read it and I just keep thinking about it because it's just brilliant. I was born in 1979. I'm probably going to be an old cupboard to most of the people that come across my work. And if you're an old cupboard with me, great, we can relate. And if you're not and you're young and you like my stuff, then great. I'm not going to like meet you or anything like that. And please don't get confused. We all have professional boundaries here as content creators. You know, don't get angry with me because I put professional boundaries in place. I can't sleep with everyone. I'm not bloody going to. But to call me an old cupboard, like, where does someone get that from? It's brilliant. Oh, so what I did was I told a friend of mine, and I said, I've just been called an old cupboard, and it was funny. And he took a picture of me, just a normal picture of me, and he put it into ChatGPT, and he said, make this into a post. This is who she is. This is a picture of Kate, and this is what she was called by this guy. And ChatGPT have come up with a picture that I've put on my new profile at Calamity Cupboard. I might change the name, I'm not sure, but so far it's called at Calamity Cupboard, that I've made on TikTok and Instagram. So there's a picture of me, but it's like an AI version of me going, he called me an old cupboard. And this is the story that goes behind that. This is the full-length story that goes on my YouTube, which is all behind the scenes and like truth and reality and what really goes on. And it just explains everything. So when you see that post and you're like, okay, can you elaborate? This is the elaboration video. So I got called an old cupboard. I still find it, I still think about it all the time because it just makes me laugh. I don't know why, it just really is like chuckled me. Yeah, and I just thought I'd share it with you. So, Flappy, wait, stop barking. So my dog's barking. It's hard to film anything as a content creator living around here with planes coming over and the dog's barking at wind. Yeah, it's a bank holiday weekend over here in the UK. It's the end of May. I hope everyone has a wonderful bank holiday weekend. I hope that you enjoy my stories and my lives, but I can't really be doing TikTok anymore. They just hate me and they just discriminate against me. It's unbelievable, and I'm just not protected at all, so I need to avoid that. And if you're the gentleman that was buying me flowers and gifts and roses and everything else and I told you not to, the reason is because I don't get hardly any of it. If you spend 100 quid there on TikTok, I'll get like maybe 5p, maybe £1. I don't understand how the rate works. So I've put into ChatGPT once, oh, you know, I got 1,000 diamonds, 2,000 diamonds and about 500 roses. How much should I get? And ChatGPT said, oh, you know, it's worth like 200 quid. Well, TikTok, I've got 45 cents in there. So what I'm saying is, you know, don't buy me anything when I'm on a live, and probably don't buy anyone else anything when they're on a live, because I don't know if they're going to get the money either. Weird. And when I do my lives on TikTok, I don't get paid for that. I don't want you to spend any money on me. I literally go live to have your company, to build up some support network and get more followers in, and just to have a laugh.